Stop for a moment and think about the last time you shared good news with someone. Maybe it was a promotion, a personal achievement, or a moment in your life where things finally started going in the right direction. Now think about the reactions you received. Most people probably smiled. Most people congratulated you. But there may have been one person whose reaction felt slightly strange. The smile was there, but the energy behind it felt different. It seemed polite, controlled, maybe even a little forced, and something inside you noticed it immediately. That feeling wasn't random. Your brain is naturally very good at detecting emotional signals in other people. Here's a truth that people rarely say out loud. Not everyone who celebrates you is genuinely happy for you. Some people do not hate you as a person. Instead, they hate what your success quietly proves about their own life. They clap with their hands, but at the same time they compete with their eyes. And jealousy is rarely loud. It does not usually appear as obvious anger or open criticism. Most of the time, jealousy is quiet. It is polite. It hides behind jokes, subtle comments, advice, and sometimes even fake concern. Tonight on Mind Dark, we are going to break down 5 psychological signs that someone might be secretly jealous of you. More importantly, you will learn how to recognize these signals early, before someone else's hidden resentment starts affecting your confidence, your energy, or your growth. The first sign is backhanded compliments. A jealous person rarely criticizes you directly. Instead, they hide criticism inside what appears to be praise. You might hear something like, "Wow, you actually did that. I didn't expect it from you," or "You look really good today. What changed?" On the surface, these statements sound positive, but if you listen carefully, there is a subtle insult hidden inside the compliment. That uncomfortable feeling you get is not your imagination. Your brain is picking up the real message underneath the words. The hidden message is usually something like this: "I didn't believe you were capable of this." From a psychological perspective, this behavior protects the jealous person's ego. If they openly criticize you, they risk looking bitter or insecure. But if they disguise criticism as humor or praise, they can lower your achievement while still appearing friendly. The second sign is minimizing your achievements. When something meaningful happens in your life, a supportive person usually reacts with excitement or genuine interest, but someone who feels jealous may react very differently. You might share an important success, and their response feels strangely small or dismissive. They might say something like, "Oh, that's nice," or "A lot of people are doing that these days," or even, "It's really not that difficult if you think about it." By minimizing your achievement, they psychologically reduce the gap between your progress and their own situation. If your success is recognized as something significant, it forces them to confront the possibility that they could have done more with their own life. So instead, their mind protects itself by shrinking the importance of what you accomplished. The third sign is subtle competition. Jealousy often transforms normal relationships into quiet, unspoken competitions. For example, you might mention a goal you achieved, and suddenly the conversation shifts towards something bigger that they have done. If you buy something new, they immediately talk about something better they plan to buy. If you share a positive change in your life, they quickly redirect attention back to their own experiences. This pattern is driven by comparison. When jealousy is present, another person's progress can trigger feelings of insecurity. In response, the brain tries to restore a sense of balance by competing with that progress. Over time, this dynamic can quietly turn friendly conversations into subtle rivalries without either person openly acknowledging it. The fourth sign is fake concern. This is one of the most difficult signs to recognize, because it often sounds supportive on the surface. A jealous person might say things like, "I'm just worried about you," or "Are you sure you can handle that responsibility?" They might even say, "I don't want to see you get hurt." At first, these comments appear caring. However, if you look closely, you may notice a pattern. Instead of encouraging your growth, these statements plant seeds of doubt. True support builds confidence and encourages progress. Jealous concern, on the other hand, quietly introduces hesitation. Psychologically, this approach allows someone to influence your decisions without appearing negative. By framing doubt as concern, they can slow down your momentum while still maintaining the image of being supportive. The fifth, and perhaps most revealing sign, is distance after your success. When you are struggling, jealous individuals often remain present. They listen to your problems, they offer sympathy, and they appear supportive. But the moment your life begins to improve, something changes. They become less available. They show less interest in your progress. Conversations become shorter, and your achievements receive little attention. The reason for this shift is psychological discomfort. Your success creates a mirror that reflects the difference between your actions and theirs. For someone who already feels insecure, that reflection can be difficult to face. Instead of celebrating your growth, they unconsciously create distance from the reminder. Here is the deeper truth behind all of this. Jealousy is rarely about the person being envied. It is usually about the internal story the jealous person tells themselves about their own life. Your success challenges their identity. Your progress questions their excuses, and your growth forces them to confront possibilities they may have avoided. However, this leads to an important lesson. You cannot control how other people interpret your success. Some people will feel inspired by it, while others may feel threatened by it. The key is learning to recognize the difference. Do not shrink your achievements to make someone else feel comfortable. Do not hide your progress to protect another person's ego. Growth will always reveal who genuinely supports you and who is only comfortable when you are smaller. Awareness is your greatest protection. Once you understand these psychological patterns, jealousy becomes easier to recognize. And when you recognize it, you stop taking it personally. If you would like a second part of this topic, where we explore the deeper psychological reasons people feel jealous of you, comment the word mind below and subscribe to Mind Dark, where every week we explore the hidden psychology shaping human behavior.